Hi there. This is Kelly Loveless with Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices, McNelis Group Properties here in Southern Maryland. Welcome to All Things Southern Maryland. Now, before we get started, first I want to say I hope this video finds you and your loved ones safe and healthy. Please be careful out there. And today we're talking about the 10 steps to buying a house. Even though we're in the middle of this COVID-19 crisis right now, the 10 steps are the same regardless. The timeline's a little different. Things are delayed, understandably. But there are things you can do now to prepare for when we come out the other end of this. And we will come out the other end of this stronger and better than ever. I have absolute faith in that. Then you'll be more ready to go. So, let's get started. Please remember to like and share and consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Monday morning on all things real estate and all things Southern Maryland. So let's get to it. Step number 1, start saving up for your down payment. Do a little research, talk to your lender. If you don't have a lender, typically your agent helping you can put you in contact with a lender. Find out what loan programs they have available. You might be surprised. Some come with low and some with no down payment. So, do your research, find out, talk to your lender. There are a lot of programs. They change a lot and rates change a lot, obviously. And during this crisis, they have fluctuated, and just like real estate and rates typically are unpredictable. Hopefully once we recover everything, we'll stabilize once again. So be ready for those changes as well. But again, find out. The more you know, the better prepared you are, the better you'll succeed. Step number 2, a lot of you already have this in place with all the apps that have come out to keep track of your credit score. There's some great apps out there. Not only will they keep track of your score, they will give you tips on how to improve. So get on your phone, get an app, talk to a lender, and find out. Step 3, hire a realtor. This is especially helpful if you are relocating. Have a local realtor in the area you're moving to on your side can help a lot. Plus, if you can't be here for some of the other steps, your realtor can attend these things and initiate these things on your behalf. That way, you still know what's going on and you know all the paperwork is done correctly and you have everything you need. Step 4, get your pre-approval. You get with your lender and they tell you exactly what you can afford, and it also shows proof of funds. So when you get, especially right now, inventory has been low for some time, and I expect will be for a while. So houses are getting multiple bids, and if you don't have everything ready to go, you're not going to win it. If you go in there, you can afford the house, you make a beautiful offer, but you have yet to get pre-approval, and the next fellow may offer a little less, but he can prove that he can pay for it, then you just lost. So you certainly want to have that ready to go, especially in a seller's market, which a seller's market means there's more buyers than sellers, and they will fight over houses. It's been, my buyers have had a hard time. It's been tough. So you have to be ready to go at a moment's notice, because if the right house comes along, you can't think on it for several days and decide what you want to offer. You got to go in the moment sometimes. So be ready. Have your pre-approval ready to go. Know what you can afford. Know what you want to spend. Trust me, you'll be much better off for it. Step number 5 is find your home. Your agent can help you narrow things down. Make sure you know what you want, especially if you are buying during the shutdowns, and the extra precautions can be taken, but you want to interact with people directly as little as possible. So if you really get with your agent and narrow things down, what specifically you want, what areas you're interested in, then you can even do video tours first and eliminate the ones that you don't like. And then when you narrow it down to 1 or 2, then you're not going in small spaces with a bunch of people. You can make sure it's a private showing. And some people even buy sight unseen, and that's not necessarily a bad thing right now if your agent does a good job of getting a video done of their listings. And my brokerage has made a huge effort. We have an email that goes out every Thursday on all our listings, and it already has video tours of all our listings. It's really wonderful, and it can really help you narrow things down and view them from the safety of your own living room, which is really great right now. It's great anytime, but especially right now. So that is an option as well. Step 6 is making your offer. Again, your agent can help you make sure you have all the proper paperwork, have your pre-approval, get a nice offer put together, and get it out quickly. Now this, again, can be difficult during a seller's market, but it can be done. And again, like I said earlier, if you're ready, you have a much better chance of getting the house that you really like. Step number 7, once you have an offer that's been accepted and you get a contract out there, the seller agrees to it, the next thing you want to do is your inspections. This will tell you if there are any hidden defects in the home that you're going to need to know about. You don't want to blow these off, move into your new home, and find out there's something terribly wrong later. You never want to do that. It does cost a little bit of money, and it is on the buyer, but it's worth it for the peace of mind to find out what it needs. So sometimes little things do come up, and the seller can agree to either fix these items or offer you a credit to fix them yourself. Whatever the case may be, it can usually be worked out and negotiated, and it's usually small stuff. With older homes, you have to be ready for bigger things to have issues. Septic tanks, for instance, with an older house, that is always an issue. So if you're interested in an older home, be prepared. You may have to replace the septic. The seller may not be in position to do that. They may, you may negotiate the price with them. There's lots of ways you can handle it, but be ready for these things because they do come up. But again, in a newer house, typically it's very small things that the buyer usually says, oh, don't worry about that. We'll fix that we'll put that cover on, we'll patch up that little nick in the wall. No big deal. It's usually small things. But with older homes, be prepared for bigger things. Step number 8, the title work. Now, your agent will help you initiate the process with the title company. Typically, that really begins once there's a contract in hand. They will research the title, make sure there are no problems with the title. There are actually things that the current owner may not even know about, liens that can be placed on the deed that will fall on the new owner. So, again, another thing you don't want to gloss over. You want the title search done. And most people buy title insurance, which is just a one-time cost, and it's usually not very expensive, and it's well worth it because it covers you the entire time you own the home, and it's a one-time thing. It's not a monthly payment or anything like that. So that is certainly something you want to consider, and I usually recommend my buyers to purchase that as well. Step number 9, the appraisal. Now, your lender is going to have many requirements that they will discuss with you, and certainly the appraisal is one of them. The loan has to be finalized and approved and your rate locked in and all that as well. And an appraiser has to go to the house and determine the market value and make sure it is worth what you're paying for it. Not only so that you know that you're getting a good deal, but your lender will require it because they're only going to lend based on the value. So the value typically must meet the contract value. So the appraiser will come out and your loan will get finalized, and then you're almost there. So that brings us to number 10, which is the closing. Typically, the actual closing, both parties get together and have to physically sign the final paperwork. And again, if we're still in this shutdown when you are going through your closing, there are ways that a lot of that could be done online. You can have just a couple people go in, do one side first. There's ways that the title company I work with is coming up with different ways to do this safely so that you don't have 6-8 people in the same room sitting all on top of each other. They can separate everybody, do it a little at a time, and take all necessary precautions. So buying homes and closings and title research, all that is still happening, but it's just taking a little longer for obvious reasons. So keep that in mind as well. And again, you can do the first couple of steps, get with your lender, find out what you can afford, get together your down payment, and then when you feel more comfortable house shopping, you're ready to go. So don't forget to grab my buyer's guide. In the description below, you'll find a link to the free buyer's guide. You sign up for that and get that straight into your inbox. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or reach out. My contact information is provided as well. And again, please consider subscribing. I'd love to see you come back, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Stay safe out there. Stay healthy. Have a great day. Thank you for watching.